Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people. You're back again with Talk Football. I'm your host, Mr. Anthony CFC, and we got Josh MUFC back again with the weekly news show.
Absolutely.
How are you doing, Josh?
I'm well. A little bit of a last minute rush to get ready, but I'm here and in the flesh, so it were, live from Old Trafford with my invisible headphones.
I can see them. I can see them.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So, yeah, keen to get stuck in and go over what's happened in this last week or so. So, yep.
Yeah. So before we uh, go on to the news, a little bit of housekeeping to be done. Everybody who is watching it now and watching it later on the playback, like, comment, and subscribe with regards to the stream. It's always important for us to understand whether you like these streams and also have other things because that's what we do. We generally like to see you guys enjoy the stream, and anybody who is joining us live, please also let us know your thoughts and your feelings because we love to hear your thoughts and feelings as well. As we got more and more things coming along the way as well, we got a secret show planned as well. Hopefully you might see that later down the week if somebody gets actually very angry. We don't know.
Absolutely. We never know what's going on in this channel of ours. It's very exciting times indeed.
um Good morning, Twisted, to you all over, all the way from Mandem FC.
Yes. Hello, Twisted.
And Josh,
Yes.
I believe we can talk about it with the news we have today for you. So I'm just gonna bring up, as always, our trusted squawker, and it
Yes.
does go into the first piece of news that is been written by Ben Green, and I believe one of these players that are actually on the screen is being negotiated as we speak. Apparently, his mum and Manchester United are talking it over.
Yes. Yes. That would be the Adrian Rabiot, however you want to
Yes,
pronounce it. Yes.
rabbit.
Yeah, Rabbit, Mr. Warren. Yes, exactly. So yeah, it would just bounce into the story there because there is, if it's not in there, I have seen extra links with a player potentially going Juventus direction if in
Oh
the event Rabiot does come in. So if that's in here, we can discuss that. But I might just leave that little tidbit out until we get a bit further down.
no,
If
no.
that's all right. Yeah.
I believe maybe you should bring that up because I haven't seen that link, to be honest.
Okay.
Just so yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
I'm I'm not 100% sure of the source. I did a quick Twitter browse to make sure I'm minutely informed about what I'm talking about coming into this stream. But
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
so from
We are the kings of winging it.
this is true. This is true. Nothing like winging it. Anyway, so yeah, concerning Rabiot, I heard from yours truly that there's a deal potentially on the horizon to bring him in as a De Jong alternative. There was news a few days ago now that who was the guy I mentioned again? Not Hodgson. Harry Redknapp, I think it was,
Redknapp.
or might have
Yes.
been Jamie Redknapp. I'm not sure which one. It was the son.
No, no.
Pretty sure.
It was Harry Redknapp who gave that voice clip out. By the way.
Yeah, basically saying that De Jong, if he leaves, is going to Chelsea. And then
Uh-huh.
fast forward a couple of days, we're here with these stories. Rabiot, Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, and
Yeah.
a loose link there to Marko Arnautovic, which I'll leave that alone right now. That's very upsetting. Don't want him. 33 years old and only
I
gone to
don't get
Bologna.
it. The
No, but yeah, it's the news on Rabiot is that there is potential option or move that they might want Scott McTominay to go in the opposite direction to
Jesus
Juventus
Christ,
as a make weight.
Juventus is losing their mind.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, no.
No, this is a wonderful piece of news. Did we not see Scott McTominay's performance on the weekend? Did we see
Oh, no
how
doubt. But
incapable of playing football this guy was? Again, he's a centre back for Scotland. He can't even play in his desired position in his natural country. Anyway,
uh,
anyway.
you do have to realize I am a Chelsea fan, so for me, I look at it in a different direction.
Of course, yeah. I won't get carried away, but yeah, there is there was a. I will have to find the source. I will scroll through during the story at some point and try and bring it up for you. But it's on Twitter,
Yeah.
and but basically, yeah, there's potential that they have interest in Scott McTominay in
Hmm.
exchange plus cash on top from
Hmm.
United to Juventus. So
Oh,
there could be something there. I would love to see that. I can't
yeah.
say that I'm excited about the idea of Rabiot coming in. I've seen people like,
Rabbit.
oh, it's numbers. You know, it's numbers in midfield, and while he is, yeah, and while he is a similar style of player to sort of your De Jong or your Donny, he's been
Oh,
severely
so this
underwhelming.
is basically the template for Rabiot and Frankie De Jong.
Yes. Okay.
So red is De Jong, and that bluish green is Rabiot.
Yeah. So if you look on the right side of the template there, a lot of those are progressive passes, right? So passes into the opposition box, passes into the final third, and final third
Correct.
percentage passes. So that's a lot of and through balls. So that's a lot of forward momentum balls. So De
Correct.
Jong masters it, whereas
And
Rabiot
possession won
possession.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see a clear, stark difference there between De Jong being much more progressive player in general than Rabiot is. Now, I haven't seen enough of him, but what I've watched, what I've read, scouting reports, whatever else, and by scouting reports, I refer to YouTube compilations. um,
Yes.
and
Bro,
it,
everybody is
that's
an
right,
expert.
exactly. But yeah, look, it's one of those. Um, he's not too different of a player, but I just think the level is far below. So, in the brand of what De Jong wants, but not the quality, in my opinion. I mean, Ten Hag
Yeah,
wants. Yeah.
I get it. It's 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 weird, isn't it? Like I think United is putting out the notion that they have been interested in Rabiot all along,
Yeah.
and they have been working on the Nautovic deal all along, and also the Milinkovic Savic deal all along. I mean, United are not Liverpool. You definitely hear if they were linked with somebody.
Yeah. Look, it's hard to know. We're all in PTSD mode. Jesse says
Oh
that
yeah,
on my channel. Like we've been used to United being run shit for so long that it's hard to know where the actual truth is because of how often this club leaks. Now, I don't doubt that Rabiot, that Arnautovic, and whoever else we've been touted recently has been on the short list for talent. But the fact remains for me is that the drop off and especially the Arnautovic links that screams of a desperation signing.
hmm.
Um, and because that's nowhere near the profile that anyone would have thought.
By the way, Josh, it comes back to that age-old question, isn't it? If
Mm-hmm.
this is his actual choice number two, are you gonna be happy with it? And this is that was the question we were asking from people
Mm.
like a week or two ago. If you do miss out on De Jong, is the second choice option something that you're gonna be happy with? You know, because we
Yeah.
never heard of the second choice option, and now that we are
Mm.
hearing about the second choice option, maybe this is actually his second choice option. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's again what I refer to when it comes to the confusion, because all of the reports coming out from at least from the English press was that he wants Frankie De Jong or bust. And
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt there was a second option discussed, but his main preference always has been to have Frankie De Jong in. And the interviews that Ten Hag's given, it's like, look, we'll just fill the gaps with the people in the squad rather than go and spend pointless money, basically, It's one of those. You don't know which side to look to get the truth out.
Mm.
If he is the number two, then it makes me feel a little bit more, I guess, calm about it. But I still don't think Rabiot's the level that's needed. He hasn't settled anywhere in his career and really performed. He hasn't pulled up trees at Juventus.
No,
So it's one of
maybe
those.
a
It's one of
couple of.
those. maybe his mum did in a fit of rage. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. but the other thing, Josh, that I wanted to ask you as well, like
Mm,
Mr. Gary Neville was very critical about Chelsea and Todd Bowley, saying it was a scattergun approach. This guy is trying to play football manager,
yeah,
and he was praising United's business, and now seems to have changed tune, and rightly so as well. Like that's what he feels, and that's what he feels.
yeah.
And by comparing the two clubs in general, in your opinion, no, Todd Bowley is a novice. We do
Yes.
know this, but the United guys do have relatively a good experience in this job, even though they don't. Their incompetence is a different story.
It's true.
They
It's
do
true.
have right, but they do have experience. At this
Yeah.
moment in time, who do you think have done the better business? Because both of our clubs are in that kind of rebuilding kind of phase. You know what I mean?
Y- Yeah, yeah, I understand. It's hard to say because really they're both on level pegging because Bowley is brand new ownership. What, 10
Hmm.
weeks in? Not even.
Not
Um,
even.
yeah,
Oh,
like
maybe 8 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah, 8 weeks plus
yeah.
9. Yeah,
Arnold has been reshuffling the backroom staff at United. He brought in, I think, it was Will Keen's brother. He's a sports lawyer he's basically coming in as a makeshift negotiations in deals and things like this.
right.
It, I think the targets and how quickly they were brought across the line in comparison to previous seasons is an improvement for United.
Yeah,
Um, and the L that's coming for United for Frankie De Jong, I don't think there's so much about incompetence as it's just a really, really, really weird and complicated situation for anyone involved in this deal. I won't even go on about Barca, but I'm just saying the whole thing is just twisted. Oh, actually, that works. That works nicely. It, it's the thing. Like Bowley looks like it's come in a scattergun approach, but it's like the hijack season thing we mentioned a few weeks ago. It's like the hard work's been done on most of these players. They've agreed a wage, they've agreed a fee. All they need to do is call up and say, "Look, we know that you're linked with this club for this player. What have they laid out? We can improve it by 5 million and an extra 20,000 a week, for example." So
yeah.
there's nothing too uncommon in the transfer window. I
No,
feel
no.
like Chelsea are just doing they're coming in late to a lot of these things and trying to use that, I guess, that financial power and the Champions League position in that pool to be like, look, we're in a better position than these guys you're linked with. Why don't you come to us? We have the money, we have the funds, we have the squad and the manager that are all top to world class. Come to us and be part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's scattergun. I think it's actually quite methodical, and Bowley's approach has been unorthodox, but a lot of people find it refreshing. So yeah, say what you will about it.
Uh, to be honest, I kind of find it refreshing, to be fair. Like,
Yeah,
he went to a player, the player said no, club said no. He's like, all right, goodbye. Next
yeah.
one. That's pretty good.
I just got to duck for 1 second. I won't be a moment.
Yeah, that's all good. I'll hold the fort down for that. Until Josh returns. Moving on from this Adrian Rabiot situation, uh, the Man United versus Brighton game. It has been the talk of the town. To be fair, they're not up for it. Player ratings and Brighton better and beat Manchester United to spoil Ten Hag's debut. I'm sorry, I need to pronounce it right. It's Erik Ten Hag. That's how apparently it's pronounced. I don't know. However, I to be honest, I do feel like Brighton didn't actually play that great. Um, but Squawka has given ratings on all these players. Uh, 3 for De Gea, Diego Dallo, 4 Harry Maguire, 4 Lisandro Martinez, 7. Now this is a good talking point. I believe he actually did quite well. By far the best United defender. He probably should have given away a penalty. To be fair, yes, but it is what it is. Um, which just about sums up how shockingly United defended as a whole. Were it not for Martinez's interventions, this could have been an uglier score than it was as well. Luke Shaw was given 4, Scott McTominay 2, Fred he got a 3, Bruno Fernandes got a 4, Marcus Rashford got a 3, and Christian Eriksen, deservedly so, got a 7. Cristiano Ronaldo got a 5. Van der Beek got a 5. Ganacho, not applicable apparently. Elanga, not applicable. And Malasia, not applicable. The only thing is they came on at 90 minutes, which I didn't understand why they came on at 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But moving on from the Brighton game, we have spoken about it enough to be fair, and it doesn't make sense to keep harping on it. Uh,
Yep.
Premier League's 2023 heart versus head predictions, where all 20 fan bases think they'll finish versus stone cold probability. This is quite
Interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. So Skybet uh, updated their results of their fan hope survey for 2022 for July, mapping expectations for all 20 fan bases by asking, among other things, where they thought that teams would finish in the new season. Thousands of responses were used to create an average, in turn used to produce a league table expected positional finishes, which is pretty fair. So let's go on. Everton. This was, if you remember, my choice as well.
It was.
Southampton. This was our, like, everybody agreed with this, by the way. Um, we do, before we go on with this, have some breaking news. This actually might make you smile, Josh.
Okay, this will be interesting. Let's see this.
A player that everybody became an expert in last December or something. Apparently, everybody became an expert on him. Cody Gakpo would be keen to move to Manchester United if they can agree a fee with PSV Eindhoven.
Yep.
All right, doesn't seem very exciting for you, but yep, we move.
That's just look. It's you well know I'm checked out from this transfer window right now. So I'll reconvene at the end of it and give it a review. But it's just Cody Gakpo. He's a winger, forward winger, inside forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So PSV Eindhoven are actually asking for around 35 million, and is unlikely to accept anything less than that. Not a bad fee, to be fair.
It seems reasonable. I mean, he's been one of the better performers in the Eredivisie. That's about as much as I know. He's quick. Yeah. He's got good ball retention. He can dribble past a man. That's very much in the same sort of mold as Anthony. Really, when they're looking at him, just not. I don't know the levels here. That's about it.
Maybe about 10 years ago, bro, I was able to do it, but now I'm not that quick. Cody can do better than me.
I mean, no doubt.
I understand. I would love to have come and played for Manchester United, but not at this moment in time.
No.
This is a bit too dark.
Yes, well, we're not going to be far behind. Owen, yeah.
But moving on, Bournemouth have been predicted to be Uh, in that group of three, Leeds
Yeah.
United, then Nottingham, Fulham, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Aston Villa, Leicester City, Newcastle. Bloody hell, Newcastle is like eighth, I think. West
Yeah.
Ham, which is fair. They finished that position last time.
Yep. Exactly.
Manchester United. Do you agree with this, Josh?
I do. I think I said United would be sixth again with
Yeah.
slightly more points. So yeah, I don't disagree in the slightest. Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur. I do not agree with this.
Okay.
Uh, Arsenal. I do not agree with this as well.
I do.
Chelsea. I do not agree with that. And Liverpool. I don't agree with that as well. And Manchester City. I don't agree with that as well.
Yeah. I think we all predicted Liverpool win the league this year.
Live. Yeah.
Yeah. So but
Oh
most of
no.
it
Sorry.
seems.
The Arsenal one. I do agree. My
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah. For you, I think you swapped Tottenham and Chelsea, didn't you? Like
I
in
would
finishing
swap.
positions.
I would swap Tottenham and United and Chelsea on in sixth at this moment in time.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're all fairly close to what we predicted anyway. I thought Arsenal would be fourth,
Mm.
Chelsea would stay in the top. Oh no, maybe I said Arsenal third, and Chelsea would stay in the top three. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was. I'd have to go back and check it, but it's all fairly. It's going to be very close, sort of 1 through 6, I think, or 1 and 2 will be a bit further out, and then maybe 3 through
Liverpool,
7.
they can't even beat Fulham. It's just one
First
game
game of the
twisted.
season, mate. Fulham
Chill
look good
out.
though. Fulham look really
Oh,
good though. So credit to them.
gonna be a handful for anybody.
Oh yeah. Mm.
But moving on to more interesting news. Our age-old friends, Barcelona. Our best friends in Barcelona. Our wonderful friends in Barcelona.
100% assholes.
They are dickheads, aren't they?
Can't help but laugh at them.
The problem is the way they're treating their players. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but
Unbelievable.
and all of these false documents that about having their own company and selling back to their own company and then selling it to the third party, and then what was it the whole, they're looking at bloody potentially taking De Jong to court because the original contract he signed was based in criminality or some bullshit like this.
So apparently, because the previous guys are criminals, so they thought the contracts are like you can do something with it. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's not only De Jong; it's PK, Ter Stegen, De
Busquets.
Jong,
Yeah.
Busquets, about 5-6 people. Apparently, it's going to cost them 311 million just for those 5 players.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
moving on with the report, Barcelona, their dispute with La Liga and the struggles to register new signings. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker!
Violence. I love it.
It's not like we didn't know this, isn't it?
No, that's right. Oh.
I mean, they'll eventually. They'll eventually register these guys because they're creating a hostile work environment for these people to stay. They're eventually gonna move, and they will, at the end, do register them. But the eventful summer at Barcelona has continued into a row between the Catalan club and La Liga authorities over whether the financial maneuvers they have made this summer should allow them to register all the players they have signed. Barca have activated 3 economic levers in recent weeks, selling 2 tranches of their future La Liga TV rights to US investor Sixth Street, as well as 24.5% share in their Barca studio arm to Socio.com. Meanwhile, Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, Jules Koundé, Andres Christiansen, the tummy egg man, Frank Kesse, and Pablo Torre have been signed for almost 160 million euros, while Usman Dembele
Wow.
and Sergi Roberto were re-signed after their previous contracts have run out. Barca President Joan Laputa said that sit at said at Kunde's presentation last Friday that activating the levers had raised 868 million in new revenues. He said this money was now being used to fill the holes in the club's accounts left after what he referred to as mismanagement under previous president Joseph Maria Bartomeu, the criminal, as well as strengthening the team to challenge for all trophies in 2022 and 2023. To be fair, I do agree what they have done by trying to strengthen the team to
Yeah.
challenge in all fronts. Excellent job.
Mhm.
Excellent job. However, the Athletic can report because the Athletic is actually quite uh you know
Credible.
quite credible. Like they know what they're doing. Right. So um however, the Athletic can report that La Liga does not agree with this interpretation of the situation, and specifically, the authorities have questioned over how Barca structured their deals with Sixth Street. Hopefully, I
Yeah.
can find what it is.
That's what I
This
was talking
means
about before. Yeah. Yeah.
that Barca will now not be able to register their new players for Saturday evening's La Liga opener at home to Rayo Vallecano. Remind me about Barca's deal with Sixth Street. The first two economic levers that Barca pulled this summer was the sale of some of their future TV rights to US fund Sixth Street. The deal for 10% of Barca's La Liga TV rights for the next 25 years was announced on June 30th, just
Hmm.
in time for the close of 2021-2022 financial year. That was announced worth 267. The second was announced on 15%. So basically 25% for the next 25 years,
Hmm.
which came up to around 400 million. So why does La Liga have an issue with it? All La Liga clubs must supply the central authority with information supporting their accounts. La
Hmm.
Liga then sets a salary limit for each club based on their predicted income and outgoings for each season. Sources have told The Athletic that after La Liga reviewed their documentations provided by Barca about their businesses this summer, it had a problem with the investment vehicle created to manage the arrangement with Sixth
Hmm.
Street. The problem, the sources said, was that Barca was budgeting for a total capital gain of 667 million from the two deal, while Sixth Street was initially only investing 517. Holy crap! How do you miss over 100 million? Some guy must be a fucking idiot.
Yeah. You'll find out soon enough. This is where it gets interesting. Yep.
Yep. La Liga's interpretation was that Barcelona were themselves putting in 150 million of their club's own money into this investment vehicle and were then taking it out again and calling it a fresh investment. What the fuck?
This is what I was saying. This is what I was saying.
I'll tell you one thing. La Liga is holding no prisoners against Barcelona this time.
No,
La
exactly.
Liga is like, because they offered Barcelona to, we will, help you out. But Barcelona was like, no, we are from
Exactly.
Catalan.
We are
La Liga was like, ha ha ha, fuck you guys.
exactly.
Let's see what, let's see what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
So somehow they miraculously had 150 million and then it got lost. So what does this mean for Xavi and his squad. Everyone agrees that Barca have raised 700 million or so needed to fix the historic holes in their accounts. Agreed. Whether coincidence or not, the contentious other 150 million is more or less the money required, including amortized fees and salaries to register all the squad members not currently registered with La Liga. La Liga's current stance is that unless Barca activates the fourth lever, such as selling another share of Barca Studios and also sell more players or cut more salaries, they cannot register all these players.
Yes.
Hence, why it comes down to, you know, asking these guys to do these weird things, such as like, uh, you know, like asking PK to reduce his salaries while they're
Yeah.
paying Robert Lewandowski good money, while they're paying Aubameyang good money, while they're paying everyone else good money. Why the
Hmm.
hell should PK take a salary cut? He has a divorce to be fought in court.
Yeah.
That man is going through some problems right now. We stand with PK at this moment in time to not
No.
take a salary cut. That's
We
it. Not
we
the other
stand
thing. Not
we stand with Shakira because she's fine as hell.
no. We stand with Shakira with everything else. Only on the salary cut for not for PK not to take a salary cut. We stand with PK.
I'll stand behind her actually, but anyway, we'll move on.
We move again. So on to the next report. This is something from David Ornstein. Oh,
Yes.
look at Frankie. Looks so happy, bro.
This is what it feels like to play for Barcelona 2022.
Holy crap, he does look so happy.
So happy to be there. Look at him go.
So, Barcelona threatened legal action over Frankie de Jong contract.
Okay, so
Barcelona have told FDJ, all these other things. And so Manchester United had a bid accepted for Frankie de Jong on the 14th of July, but the player said, fuck off.
he has nice hair.
No. But the player said, fuck off to Barcelona,
he
that I'm
did.
not going to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So somehow De Jong's deal, so many other things, and they somehow got rid of this dead footballer Clement Longley, and so on and so forth. So at this point in time, De Jong's preference is to stay with the La Liga champions. Hence why I keep on saying that he might stay at Barcelona or go to United.
Yes.
And Chelsea have firm interest, understood, all good to go. But but the problem here is what they are saying is because the other people were criminals, these contracts are also criminal. And apparently they found this out in July, and he's like, so if they found it out in July, why wouldn't they threaten him in July, not in
Yeah,
bloody
exactly.
August? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how would you do? What's the reason?
Why would they leave it so late as well? There's obviously more going on here. I mean, it's Barcelona. There's always something going on, but the initial setup for De Jong was to pay off the 18 million owed over the rest of his contract. Now they're trying to get rid of him because of all these other issues, but it's like the same deal has to happen for PK, ter Stegen, Busquets, all these other players who have signed up to it, and I just don't know how they're going to resolve this situation. No idea.
As I said before, surprise, surprise, motherfucker. So we come to the last news that we have for you. Manchester United chasing the late, the great Marco Arnautovic. It sums up the mess, and Eric Ten Hag needs help. And this is from Laurie Whitwell as well. It did not take long for the sunshine optimism of opening day under new managers to be covered by clouds of realism at Manchester United. Bloody hell, that started pretty strong, isn't it, Josh?
Yes, very strong.
There were blue skies over Manchester United, which was warm with hope as the players emerged from the tunnel before kickoff. By the way, they arrived in the wrong place, and fucking De Gea had to tell Maguire we have to stand the other
Go
side.
on the other
That
side,
idiot.
yeah. And you saw the way it was memed up, didn't you? With the singing vocals over the top, it was quite amusing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
By the 39th minute, boos echoed around the stadium as Pascal I smell gross put Brighton over Albion 2-0 up. But as soon as this was going on before the end, the Arnautovic link started coming. And Arnautovic is no good. He
No.
has a problem with his he's not a very nice person to hang around with. He's a troublemaker. He scored 11 goals in the Chinese league. Bloody hell, bro. Why would
Yeah.
you want to play like that?
And he's got a. Now I could be wrong. Correct me, but I'm pretty sure he's also had some racist remarks in his past as well. So
He does?
He's a, yeah, from what I understand, or it was either. Yeah, it was either him or Yeah, no, I think it was Rabiot. No, not Rabiot. It was. Bloody. Give me the name again. Sorry, I'm totally.
Marko Arnautovic.
Yeah, Arnautovic. Like apparently there's been some time in the past where he's had some racial slurs or something said, and yeah.
So
Questions about his character, basically.
yeah, basically that's my only thing. In a time where you need this squad to be harmonious, and when you have a fiery individual like Cristiano Ronaldo in that squad, like a person who has a very larger than life ego, you are putting more flame to the fire by signing a player like Marko Arnautovic. Why would you do that?
Desperation. I said this before. It's just literally desperation. This you just go through the last few windows, right? United were going for certain targets that they didn't get. Cavani came in. Igalo got signed. Ronaldo because he was going to City.
Yeah,
like they.
Bro, it's Cavani. I understand. Cavani is a good signing, isn't it? Like good signing in the sense like better than bloody Arnautovic.
He came in on a free. He wasn't even being looked at by United right until the back end because I think that was when they were going for Sancho and then Dortmund stood their ground. They then brought him in late in the window to basically just divert the attention that we didn't get Sancho. But again, that's
right.
It's a guy who is past his peak, still a good player, and he turned out to be okay for a free. If he was bought in for like 15, 20 million, it would have been considered a flop, no doubt. But regardless, then there was obviously issues with the mid-year transfers under Ollie that time, and that's when they brought in Igalo because they're going after someone else as a striker, and it's just this pattern that I was referring to is that to keep the fans happy, they just need to make a signing is basically the way they've operated in the past, but it's not going to work this time because of the character of the guy and because of how old he is and how crap he is as a striker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I understand. Like certainly, I understand where you do tell us, like when as a United fan, when you and Jesse tell us that you guys do have like PTSD. I do understand where you're coming from at this moment in time.
Exactly. Yeah,
but,
it's just that we're just waiting for that old United to click into gear, and it looks like it might.
It is what it is at the end of the day, and we do have one last news to report you on, which is quite a new link. This might actually interest Mr. Twisted, who is in the comments. Wilfred Zaha linked with Chelsea to replace Timo Werner.
Indeed.
I don't like him because you know
Interesting.
how I feel.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
of
how I
course,
feel.
of course.
You know how I feel. Apparently, it's going to be around 20-25 million. Not that bad, to be fair.
It's a reasonable
Uh,
price for yeah,
for Mandem, to be honest. Uh,
yeah,
but you do understand. My all tech no end product. I have a problem with it.
yes. I think a lot of people do. Well, actually, no, I'll say probably 50% because 50% are eye test and 50% is a stat test. So
However, he has never really been given the chance to be tested at a high level as well. The last time he was given a chance, uh, something else happened.
Daddy.
Give us Connor in return. The problem is in this situation, Crystal Palace actually have no ground to stand on. Apparently, it's
Yeah,
everything on Zaha's side because he's into the last year of his contract and he can do whatever the hell he wants to do. Apparently, I mean,
yeah,
if you can get 25 million for him, fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic. But how old is Zaha, by the way?
28, I think.
Oh,
I think
29.
he's still
Oh, he's
29.
my
Okay.
he's actually he's born in the same year as me, so he'll be 30 in a couple of months.
Yeah, but
So
like that's he's still got years in front of him. Looks
yeah,
after himself for
he'll,
at least 3-4 years before he
yeah,
really
at least
declines.
3 or 4 years. One good thing I'll tell you about Zaha, he'll run at people. He has some.
Exactly.
He does have a lot of good work rate. He's old. What?
Eh, I wouldn't consider him old. Maybe he's getting to the what's considered the old for the prem,
I mean,
but
not
yeah,
really, to be honest. Like, look at Gunduan. He's like 33. Look at bloody Cristiano Ronaldo and what you call Cristiano Ronaldo and Thiago Silva.
yeah, this is true. Although, granted, some of these players they're compensating for their age by using their experience to not actually work as hard all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. No, I agree. But like one good thing about Zaha, I'll give this for Zaha. He works
Mm,
really hard. He
he
presses
does.
from the front, and he keeps on running and keeps on running. And to be fair, I do see him like a Thomas Tuchel player. To be honest, he can be quite tricky. He might be
Yeah,
able to find a pass or something of that sort with inside the box.
yeah.
If it does happen, I won't complain. For 25 million, bloody hell, bro. I won't complain at all because forwards in this day and age are going for so much money. Look at what's happening with Wesley Fofana.
Mm.
Like, apparently now the difference is around 10 million euros. So we
Well,
are
you,
paying.
you look at even the price for that Sheshko. Like he was being,
Yeah,
50, 55 million, and he's only had one good year. Nunes only had the one year where he's broken out and done immense, and all of a sudden 70 million, 80 million. You're looking high prices, crazy market.
exactly. He will be a pest. Zaha will be a
Exactly.
pest.
And he's
I
got that
hated him when he
experience as well.
yeah, I
That's
hated him when he was at bloody Crystal Palace because he falls down all the fucking time.
honestly, he's one of the players that I wish stayed at United and actually did well for themselves, along with Depay. I wish they'd just gone up those levels. But now that
See,
Depay's left, Zaha's left, I'm just like, yeah, sucks to be them.
see, serious daddy issues with Zaha. So
Oh yeah. Now actually, I'm just if it's all right, I'm actually going to try and share a screen using the story that I was actually talking about earlier.
oh, for sure, Josh. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to see if I can technically do this over the top. See if I can bring in this one here.
Yeah, I will stop sharing my screen and go ahead.
Oh, look at that. Tech genius. Tech genius. Come on, Josh. Oh, mate. All right. So this is from the Mirror. This is exactly what I was talking about here. Basically saying that the fee's gone in, the bid's gone in, and Juventus could be looking for a McTominay move. If I just move into the United have agreed agreement in principle with Juve fielder Adrian Rabiot. Ten Hag hoping for a blah blah blah. Just skip past that part there. Pascal Gross and his
Ah,
brace put them in
Pascal.
control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, United were unable to complete a comeback, and was the worst start for the boss. Blah blah blah. If we move down here,
Mm-hmm.
they were actually booed off the field.
No,
So yes, yeah,
this
the
was
team
at
was booed off the field.
halftime, or
Half time
was it
might have been both. Might
right?
have been both. I know there was booing at halftime coming off the pitch, but here it's basically saying Arnautovic was linked to them straight after during the game. So that's that typical defer the attention thing that United usually do.
Yeah.
They put out the PR after a bad result. So yeah, we're talking about it there. They're just talking about the players leaving, which is Matic, Pogba, Mata. De Jong's been the top target. Sorry, I'm just going through this quickly, just trying to get to the area. Oh, okay, no, thank you. No, I'm going past you, you twat burger. Oh, what? Come on. All right, apologies. That was technical difficulties.
That's
So
okay.
yeah, 27-year-old is into the final year of his contract with the Italian Giants and could be more
This
affordable
is
option than the 71 million for
this
De
is
Jong. This is about
Rabiot.
Rabiot, yes. United's approach initially. This is just talking about them there. So the Manchester Evening News report that a fee's now been agreed with Juventus in regards to Rabiot, in regards to Adrian Rabiot. And so it says here, additionally, Turin news outlet Juve Dipendenza suggests Scott McTominay could go the other way, with the Bianconeri earmarking him as a potential replacement for the injured Pogba. So someone that comes in as a make weight while Pogba's off injured, they're looking at McTominay as that option. Juve boss Massimiliano Allegri said to be a huge fan of the Scotland international and his tactical discipline, despite coming in for flack for showing against Brighton. McTominay started at the base of who cares about that? Fuck out my club. Yeah, so Skulls lashed out at him, and just a little rundown here of what the pundits were saying. Fred and McTominay, Ten Hag's going to have to go with just one of them, and even one of them is probably too many. Fred gives away the ball all the time. McTominay is trying to run with the ball constantly and gives it away. So they're basically slating it. That's the quick rundown of that article. But yeah, so there are light links about McTominay potentially going the other way in return for Adrian
Maybe
Rabiot.
take this video out, bro, a little bit, because it might be like, copyright and all this nonsense that happens.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, this was reported on the Manchester Evening, no, the Mirror, sorry, but the Manchester Evening News have been credited for some of the sources in here, which they're fairly credible for the most part. They've got links with the club, so yeah. Anyway, I'll remove that. But yeah, that just made it quite interesting with with what I was talking about earlier. So if that's something they can get across the line, I'd be happy with that. I'd have losing McTominay in.
Do I have a question for you?
I'm very superstitious. Yeah. So I know I find I'm actually that excites me. If we get McTominay out in for Rabiot, I would be happy with that. If we do miss out on De Jong, that's losing a shitty ass midfield for someone who's actually definitely better than him. And Rabiot as a player in general, in my eyes, he is a Donny.
He's good. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's a good player, and he's got a couple of titles over his time with PSG and Juventus, but he's never been like the major star or performer. He's just been a cog in the machine. Which
does he have a World Cup as well?
Yeah, I think he was there for the 2018, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was part of that squad. So yeah, but, that's that. Yeah.
No, but at the end of the day, somebody at Juventus who thinks that Scott McTominay is the ideal replacement for Paul Pogba, I mean, mate, fantastic job.
They clearly need to go to Specsavers because they don't watch football. I mean, I don't know shit about football really, technically, but I can see that.
But we both know that Pogba, there is quite a bit of a difference between Pogba and Scott McTominay.
There is, yes. But like, I mean, Scott McTominay can do a job. That's the long and short of it. He's not the most technically proficient. He would be a good squad player for any team, provided he's given very set instructions on what to do. So I don't think he's a horrible player. It's just he's not the level that's needed to be a starting midfielder in the first 11 for Manchester United. He can be, for me, I was talking to Jesse about this. He would be perfect as a last 15, 20-minute player to come on and shore up a game that's in the balance. Shore up your midfield, add height and strength into your midfield. But anyway, it's just I'd be happy to see him go. More than happy. So if this happens, I will be straight on here and I'll be like, yes, with no arms, yes.
But I mean, we are ending on a positive today. We've had some good news with regards to Barcelona. That was positive.
Yes. Very positive.
And then Josh with more positive news about Manchester United, with all the doom and gloom about Manchester United, putting out some positive news about Manchester United by talking about Mr. Scott McTominay moving out of the club. However, potentially. However, in saying that, a massive thank you for everybody who has joined us today, and a massive thank you to you as well, Josh.
And thank you for hosting me again, as always. Bravo to yourself, mate. Big up. Always putting in the hard work on the draft.
It's what we do, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Don't get away with being humble. You guys do a lot in the background there, so big up to you guys.
It is what we do. It is what we do, bro. But hopefully, I might be able to see you tomorrow. But if not, we will definitely see you on Thursday because I might not be here for tomorrow. But once again, thank you for tuning in, and always, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this all over the place. We like to see you guys grow, and we have grown, and we have come a long way since we actually started putting more content out. You will see more of Josh's content as well coming on, and he'll be doing his own thing as well. Hopefully, in the near future, you might see, because those are little surprises that are waiting for you in the background as well.
Absolutely. There's definitely cogs turning, so keep your eyes peeled on Talk Football.
100%. Once again, thank you everyone for joining in, and just thanks once again, mate, and everyone who is tuning in as well. Thank you. Goodbye. God bless and good night. And yes, Twisted, we might do a 250 sub party if we do reach 250 subs.